What can I do about my kid's fear of the doctor? That is an awesome question. And first of all, I just want to say, way to go to realize your kid has a fear of the doctor and that you're willing to watch a video to fix it. Thank you. This is actually a bigger deal than people think it is, because if they continue on with this fear of the doctor for the rest of their life, then they're going to actually be hesitant to get care later on as they grow into adulthood. So I appreciate you taking the time again to figure this out. And it's not exactly an easy fix this time. I can't just tell you to go get a potato from the kitchen to fix it. Okay, well, so the first thing I want to ask you is, where did this fear of the doctor come from? So I think there's kind of two situations that can happen. First of all is maybe they just had a really bad experience with a doctor. Perhaps it was an emergency situation, or they had to get a shot and they were forced to get a medical procedure done and it was really scary and now they don't want to go. Or maybe they just had a bad experience with the doctor. These things happen. Or the other thing that can happen is they might have picked up on your fear of the doctor. So first of all, I want you to kind of check in with yourself and figure out if that really is the case, if their anxiety comes from you, in which case the rest of the things in this video aren't going to mean very much, because it's really you that has to do some work around your issues with doctors. All right, so we're going to go with the first answer. Your kid has a fear of the doctor because they had a bad experience. All right, so what you need to do is think of it kind of as a retraining of the brain. We need to desensitize your child. Rewrite the story in their head that doctors are scary and have them have a good experience so that they don't have to be all freaked out at the doctor. There's a few different ways to do this, and it also depends on the age of your child too, obviously, of how to help them become less afraid of the doctor. If your child is little, I would go ahead and schedule something like a well child appointment and have it down the road a little bit, in a month. So it gives you a little bit of time to prepare. But before you go in, I want you, the parent, to make sure that it's with a person that you feel comfortable with. You should be able to ask them questions ahead of time and let them know that your kid is afraid of the doctor. And hopefully they will take a little bit of extra time to make sure they're explaining everything they do and are willing to give your kid a good experience. And so, leading up to that appointment, I want you to read lots of books about going to the doctor. I want you to sing songs about going to the doctor. I want you to, if you show your kids shows, go watch the Cocomelon or Daniel Tiger or Elmo, whoever your kid really likes, Doc McStuffins, whoever your kid likes, and show them the video about going to the doctor. And then hopefully they'll be excited by the time they get to go, because they'll no longer have to be afraid. And ideally, this will be a good situation because you've set them up to have a good situation, right? This is extremely important to do ahead of time, before your kid is sick or before your kid has a situation where they have to go to the hospital or urgent care. Because if you wait until then, it's too late. They're probably not going to have the best experience at urgent care, just because urgent care, they have to get in and out and they're just worried about bodies, and they're not worried about your kid's emotional well-being as much at those sorts of places. Okay, so if your child is older and has a fear of the doctor, this is where it gets a little bit trickier, because you might need a little bit of I would say, again, just acknowledging it and talking through it with your child, and finding together a person, a primary care doctor, that's going to listen to them, that's going to be supportive, that's going to understand your family's culture and your needs and medical needs and so forth, and also maybe have some understanding of trauma-informed care, meaning that they're going to tell your child everything they do ahead of time and not force anything that they don't want to do. And so again, do some research, Have your kid do some research. Maybe you can find the right person together and go get them a well check, because that's the way that they're going to get used to the doctor, hopefully build a relationship that's positive, and not be afraid of the doctor anymore. So those are just a few tips. If you have more ideas, let me know. Put them down in the comments. If you like this video or you know someone else who would like this video, please hit like and share it. And then I'd be honored if you would subscribe to my channel too.